thing called tuna sashimi. 3, 2, 1.
Hello guys, tuning you back again. This time we've got another EXA game. This is P-47 Aces Mark.II. This is a new release on the EXA. This is a classic sequel to the original P-47, but this is quite an updated and expanded version of that. So what we'll do, we'll get into the original version and the new versions. So this is the original version. You don't get as many characters on this, mind. There's only 4 characters on the original, which is these 4. So you get to play the original version with these extra characters. So we'll just pick one of the characters from the original version. It does have the updated screens as well. The original arcade one doesn't have those quite so fancy screens. They've been redrawn essentially on this version. You notice in this, the smoke has got like a divot pattern to it as well. That's one of the changes. So yeah, this is a classic arcade game. It's good. I like it. It's fun. Basically, you got your floor, basically your bombing weapon, and your air and anti-air weapons, and you've got a special bomb as well. You can power these weapons up a couple of times each before they get to full power. So this is it's a classic arcade game. I really like the original P-47 as well. It's really good. I was trying to get a 1cc on the original one actually. I don't think the original game has ever been ported to anything other than basically you can play it on MAME. So these screens you see are from the new version, they're not on the original one. So we'll show you a little bit of this level and then we'll get into the meat of the new version. So it does have some nice graphics in this game, I really like it. It is quite a big upgrade on the original P-47, which did look a little bit basic for its time, I think. But the graphics on this one are a lot nicer. There's a lot more bullets on screen as well. The original version, in an easy game by any stretch of imagination, though it's got some fast bullets and big bosses and stuff. So I'm going to bomb. You can fly into this ship, the bits you've blown up, as I get it. You can still do the bump mechanic as well on this game. The bump mechanic on this game, on the original, you gain loads and loads of points. If you fire and bump, you get 100 per bump. But if you fire, your points go up loads more on the bumping. That's one of the mechanics of this game, is you can bump into enemies to kill them, even though it is very tricky to do because you usually get shot. But anyway, so that's the original version, which I just wanted to quickly show you that version. So we're going to put a credit in this. Right. So here's the new version, a new and updated version of this game. So now we're in full widescreen, which is really nice. Like I said, the only 4 characters on the original, so you've got these characters on this one. See, these are new, added to the EXA version. I really like the plus alpha character, the girl. So I'm going to choose her. I say we do have nice, and it's not a stretch widescreen as well. There is actually more real estate to the actual screens, so they haven't just stretched the game. So they've redrawn everything. This game has got a lovely new soundtrack as well. It is the original tunes, but they've been redone, and the soundtrack is really nice on this version. Same as before, you've got anti-air and you've got air to ground weapons, so you can power them up separately. That's the A and the S. See, S is anti-surface as they call it, and A is anti-air. The bump mechanic is still in this one, but the points don't go up quite so much when you bump the ground. But it's still a thing you can do in this game. You got like a bump like this, you fire, it will go up quite a bit actually, it's your bombs. The other mechanic of this game is you can bump the bosses, but now you've got a hyper mode, which you're totally invincible when you do it. So you can ram the bosses with the hyper mode. So you can think of it as like an extra bomb essentially. You do have a smart bomb as well, as you had the smart bomb on the original. There's a big change here. On the original you could fly straight to the boss. On this version they've created a whole new level you can go through. If you notice smoke as well, the smoke is not divot anymore. You've got nice sort of transparent smoke on this version as well, so that's another change. There's been quite a few changes to the game. I believe bullet colour is another one as well. A lot of the bullets are blue and they cycle through the colours to make them a little bit easier to see. See, they've done a fair amount of updates to this. I'm not massively versed with the original version to know everything that's changed, but there's quite a bit from what I can see. I still want to try and get a 1cc of this if I can before I give it back. I doubt that's going to happen, mine, but I say this is an older EXA game as well, so it's been out for a little while. The other change to this game as well, the original is 2-player, but this one is 4-player. Hence the extra characters, I think. So that's quite a big change. I bet this is pretty nuts in 4-player. So this is where the boss will kick in. As you notice, you can actually shoot the letter in, and that adds to your hyper gauge as well. It'll fill your hyper gauge up. So it'll give you a little extra on the hyper gauge. You can hyper quite a few times in the levels as well. It's good to learn places where the best place to use your hyper is. Because there's times you can use a hyper, and then because of the enemies on screen, you can actually get your hyper back pretty quick. So it's learning where those places are. So the bullets on this section are green on the arcade one. Ooh. It's cool they created a whole new level for this. Makes this level a lot better, I think. So this is where I'm gonna use my hyper and ram this boss. This game plays really nice as well. I think the 2D graphics and the extra real estate make this game look really nice. Make this game, it looks as nice as the original, but obviously with the extra real estate. Gives that extra flair. And the newer track screens and stuff are very good as well. I've been playing this quite a bit. It's a nice change in a lot of ways compared to a lot of the shoot 'em ups on EXA. They're very bullet helly, if that is a word. They're a lot like bullet hell. This is more of a basic shoot 'em up, but it's quite a nice refreshing change. Oh, as I die. It is a nice change from the bullet hell games, even though as you can see the bullets are fast on this. I don't think there's any more bullets than the original game on this. I think they may have altered the patterns a tad, right? I'm not entirely sure on that. Boom. Always try not to use my bomb in these games. You can ram all these ships as well, but you've got to be pretty good at dodging to do it. Destroy him. The hyper is such a cool thing they've added to this. It makes a lot more sense than sort of risking the bumping on the original one. Having the hyper is a really nice addition. So shoot all these letters again to power my gauge up a little bit more. This boss as well, with the extra real estate, you can get behind him at the start. On the original one you can't, because he's almost like right up against the screen. I always forget he's going to fire by here as well. It does, in a lot of ways, the extra screen real estate does make it a little bit easier to dodge some of the bullets. Gives that extra bit of warning. See, once you've blown him up, then you can get in there. I'll get my extra life. I'm not sure exactly how many levels are on it, because I haven't credit fed or anything. I've just been trying to play it one credit at a time. I've got about 6 levels in, I believe. 1, 2, yeah, about 6, I think. There's quite a few changes to this level as well. They've created a level for this as well, because normally you just go straight to the boss. So they've made a lot of changes in this game. Changes for the better, I would say, as well. Makes it definitely a better game than it was. It was a good game anyway, but I think they expanded on this game, has made it a lot better. So you wouldn't get this stage essentially on the original. So they've put a lot of effort into this, like creating new stages as well. And they've done a damn good job with the artwork as well. It's definitely fitting, you wouldn't even notice. Get in it. Could have used my hyper, but say this is where the original would have kicked in. When you get to this level, straight to this boss. Like, I've seen replays of the original where they bump a lot as well. It's quite impressive how they do it without getting killed. But this hyper gauge is going to come in well handy on this level. So your best way to do here is to hyper over here, get in there, blow that up with your hyper, blow that up. Make it a lot safer to get across there without using the bomb as well. And because there's a lot of enemies here, you'll get your hyper back pretty quick. Yeah, it's back already. Didn't get a chance to use it though, so the H power up as well as the actual full power, which is very handy if you've died and you've got the low power. So let's have a look at the other version on here. It says NMK made this, but I thought the original was made by Jellico. Maybe NMK made it for Jellico, I'm not sure. So basically you get an updated version of the original, rebalanced. So obviously they've done a lot of balance changes and stuff, as you can see. Featured extended stages, powerful hyper system, and lets you turn the tables in a pinch. So you get a rebalanced widescreen version of the original game, which is pretty nice. And you get to use the other characters as well. So let's show you here. So you don't get the hyper in this one because it's the original version. So it's quite nice you get a rebalanced version of the original as a bonus. So I like about these extra updates they've done. They put a lot of work into them and they give you the original ones as well. All the re-releases they've done are all done very, very nice. This plane is a little bit slower, but it's got auto-firing weapons, so it auto-locks on. Could be an idea for later on in the game. Bit slower, but more powerful. Like I said, you got the wall bouncing and stuff, but I ain't got the hyper this time, and I can't shoot these. I can't shoot the actual approaching fast. You can use the new ships, which is quite cool. See, they've updated the explosions as well, so they're all transparent now, and they're not like a checker pattern. So we miss out on the stage for stage 2. We go straight like the original one, straight into the boss. Definitely a different skill level when it comes to the bump mechanic on this one. It's good you get the new music as well with the original one. See, this new soundtrack is lovely. It's really chilling to play like, and it suits this game really well. I really do like the soundtrack. Try and kill this boss. Whoa. Trying to kill me. Do do do. So we won't go any further in this because this will get a bit long. So I'm going to kill myself. So yeah, what do I think of this game? P-47 Aces Mark.II. I think the extra version is very nice indeed. I think the changes they've done, making it widescreen, changes in the graphics, the added levels, which is quite amazing. They've actually created new levels for it as well and expanded them. The new planes as well are really good. It's cool. You've got the 2 planes from Plus Alpha. I say this game came out a little while ago, and to be honest, when I seen it on exa, and in fact it's 4-player as well. When I seen it on exa, I was like sort of, okay, P-47, didn't really think that much of it. But I gotta be honest, I think this game's a bit of a sleeper hit, to be honest. It doesn't look, it's not one you would pick over some of the newer stuff on the exa, but when you actually play this game, it is surprisingly addictive and a really fun game to play. And yeah, it's definitely a bit of a sleeper hit. So if you do get a chance to play this, guys, like I say, with being exa, you either got to play on the exa or play it in the arcades. There is no home version. So if you get a chance to play the arcade one, give it a go. It's a pretty fun game, and I really like it. If you've got an exa system, if you have passed this up, I think you should have another look at it and perhaps pick it up. The exa system I'm ordering, it's not actually mine. If I had an exa, I think I would pick this up. It's a really nice update on the original and expanded quite a lot, so they've done a really good job of it, and the rebalancing as well is really good. And definitely widescreen makes a huge difference, and the hyper as well. So unfortunately, to say there's no console version, but there is a new P-47 coming out. They did a sequel to the original game. This is a sequel, obviously, to the original game. But they did a sequel on the Mega Drive, which is coming out this year in March. And it looks good as well. It was an unreleased game from back in the day, so I got my eye on a copy of that when it comes out as well. The same as a copy of Eartheon, which I have played, which is very nice. But anyway, guys, this is P-47 Aces Mark.II on EXA. Definitely recommended, and if I had an EXA, I would pick this up. I have been playing this quite a bit, so I'm gonna go off now and play some more. So hope you enjoy that, guys, and I'll speak to you soon.